Emma, what do you think of him so far?
I think he looked pretty good.
You do? Are you looking for an Andalusian or just a nice horse and he just happens to be one?
Just a pretty good,
Uh-huh.
nice horse.
Yeah.
Chris is really picky.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, there's
He
just...
needs to be. That's what you pay your trainers for.
We've been using an imported Dutch warm blood from Holland that was 19 years
Which
on the
one?
jumping circuit.
I know who that horse is. He was available. He was around for a while.
Levi or
No, Mark.
Mark?
And had a really good experience with that for about a year, but then she moved to a barn that is one of them really high dollar barns, and they don't want Chris in the barn because the lady owns the barn. She does her lesson program, so we lost our mount.
Oh gosh.
So now we've been learning a lot of pieces of crap, which is great.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn. That's fine.
Yep.
But Chris's thing has always said to me, when a panther comes along, we're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Because Emma needs a horse eventually.
Well, what I think about Merlin is that, you know, he's not so far that he already has everything in, but he's very able to learn, and so she can learn a lot too.
He's really, really good with them. He really is. I mean, I've seen him on so many horses, so
No, that's
many.
why I said you guys are the first ones we let come look, because if there was any chance that could get into
In the Tri-County area,
yeah.
I would say this probably is the man. A couple of the barns have been flying in Susie Weedman and a guy from Germany, and we go and we sit and we watch that.
Right, and I've ridden with Susie.
Yeah.
But what I liked about his rides, you know, I watched him ride his horse, and he rides. I was trained by German trainers, and I just really liked his seat. He seemed so kind on his seat, and he seemed real pleasant and very, just real consistent. I just really liked watching him ride.
Yeah.
He rides all off of his seat, and he's asking him to pick up in front, which he needs.
And Chris can take a pounding.
He's falling off.
Because most people call him because they got crap horses that need work, and that's what he does a lot
not a crap
of.
horse. Merlin.
Right. When she said, you know, that he's been tossed a bunch of times, Chris has been tossed, but usually there's a bunch of horses that will freaking toss you.
To learn. He thinks, he listens. You know, he'll be bracy sometimes, but he'll come right back. And I like that he's sound.
Yeah.
He's very uphill.
What did they use him for? Do you know, like the
We
first?
broke him.
So he was that old, just standing around?
Yeah, he was just a wild child. The vet said he's going to kill you and just never get around him. I mean, he was just that. And she just had the patience that a teenager that wants a horse so bad they can't stand it has. And now he's just a puppy.
He's looking a little.
Yeah.
He's getting in there. He's starting to get a little foamy.
She's starting to. Yeah. You just got a compliment from Brianna.
I'm looking for that swinging back
Thank you. I
motion.
wasn't blowing that off. I was trying to get my giraffe out of the sky.
We all have giraffes sometimes. Good boy. Well, I like that he stayed on this long. That's hopeful.
Hey. because he's asking,
Right.
you know.
Oh, I just
He's
mean that
asking this
he's-
horse to move properly.
Right. No, I'm liking that he hasn't given up. He didn't just say, no, this isn't it.
This is the only way of riding that Emma knows. She's never learned any forward seat, hunt seats, none of that.
I jumped.
She doesn't do Western pleasure.
That's almost that's up. They'll figure it out.
You know it's hard.
He's okay though.
He's licking.
Yeah, no, he's
He's got a lot of nice foam, and
yeah.
you know he's not saying no.
He's willing. He's willing to learn. He's been dubbed on the forehand for his whole entire career.
And most of them are.
Mhm. Yeah, he's got foam dropping out of this.
He does. I've got all that on here too. I mean that's
I
excellent.
mean, I think 30 days of Chris sitting on this horse and he would be amazing. Because he will do it. He wants to do it.
It's got a lot of suspension.
Mhm.
We're talking about a 10-year-old kid here too. You know, this is not. We're not going to the Olympics. I always, you
I'm still listening.
know what I mean.
Right.
I know that. I'm,
right.
you
but
know,
you want a horse who she can learn on and have
and
fun
be
with
safe
be
and
safe.
And carry her a little bit.
yeah.
And, that's gonna keep up with her growth.
I'm pretty tough.
He's affordably priced. I think he's right. I think we've got him priced right for what he is. You can do it, Merlin. You can do it. You can do it.
He's like, what are you asking?
Yeah.
What is it?
But then he comes down, he relaxes, he chews, and he,
He's
follows.
thinking.
He's not getting rattled, which is what I like. He's not building. This is so pretty. If you can get up to the
Chris actually owns an Andalusian that he bred himself.
Right, I know. I've watched him. I've watched some lessons on that horse. That was what I said in the email. I said I think he does Andalusians, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah.
Which one is that?
Cayenne. But when he was in Toronto, it's a Lusitano barn.
The one I saw him on, because Terry sent me a video. He was on an Andalusian.
Around Wilmington, he rides like everything. It's just all over the place. Because he's really just teaching that balance seat.
Right. But see, even though this is a lot of new stuff for this horse, he's not rattled. He's not frustrated in his eyes. He's not
going backwards.
He's not temperamental. He's not, he's giving it his
He's
best
keeping
shot.
him. He's moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Which is my favorite thing. Let's just move forward, forward.
Liking it? Yeah. Yeah, man.
This guy does know what he's doing. Asking to back up. Not square, but nice stop.
And then he comes down. I mean, I think the horse has got a brain.
Having a nice halt is a wonderful thing. Someday we'll have one like that.
Helmet.
It's right there in the chair.